It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Tonight, it's the second game here on this wild card Saturday, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New York Giants. It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Detroit Johnson.
Throwing Jones. Escaping the pressure right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Why shift the crew? Detroit. To the right, Pacino.
In motion, Slayton. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. So they accept the... course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Great. Biggie.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 2.
Faster.
Young off the play fake. Open man is Mingo. Complete. No gain on the play. And now that sets up third and 2.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That throw by Young incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elected throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
A 56-yard attempt.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Carolina punt team out there led by Johnny Hecker. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. They may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll go to Barkley again. Oh, nice move. And this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So a nice run there. And I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the type...
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now Jones. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll start by running the option to the right. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did.
Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
There's Trimble, the tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Ready.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders, 14 yards. And the Panthers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Jones on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
On the double.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is...
There he goes, right side. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And Mr. Reliable shows those legs again here in the playoffs.
And what do coaches tell us all the time? In the playoffs, the team that runs the football will win the game and ultimately be a champion. They're trying to prove that fact today.
Setting the tone on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now Jones to throw on second down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. 42 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Giants on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Ball in a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
So that, a good kick. We haven't talked about it much, but the wind is prevalent, and he drove that right into the wind.
Yeah, and don't forget the wind can swirl down there, too, so being able to read it, how it's coming, left to right, right to left, and to be able to execute that kick, that's pretty darn strong right there.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient. Followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Here is Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Chark, 74 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Now a turn and a give to Barkley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Here we go, hey.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. That's out quickly to Hyatt. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
2nd and 6.
Ready?
Young to throw it. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 2-score game at 16.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Half 88, half 88, half 88.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones swings this out here for Cohen. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Gano's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to 13. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Final play of the half, Young. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to doing it for some reason?
But that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Running right, here's Sanders. And he's got some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 125 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Ready.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Ready.
Now Young. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Hayden Hurst from 10 yards out. And the Panthers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will have a Giants 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Dom Capers.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Now here's Young. And that's complete to Sanders. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
27 on the play. And the Panther 1st down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Okay,
so after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Jonathan Mingo, a 15-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now a throw here to his running back. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Okay, here we go. Hey, alert. Up we go.
Back to throw. Jones. It's Barkley once again bringing it in to catch. Into space at the 45. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Half 18.
2nd down and 4. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Fancy footwork in midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Yeah, the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Panthers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Got it.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 147 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Another run with Sanders. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against the defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
Ready.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 18. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8. And it sets up a 3rd and 15.
On the double.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Ready.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Down the numbers. There he goes. How about this? And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big play there on the option. 71 yards on the ground.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go now.
2nd and 10.
Jackrabbit. Jack.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Young, he's going to change it up.
Jet. Set. Go.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Panthers field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Saquon Barkley. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. 76 yards. And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Jones throwing for it. Flushed out right. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
And they will take a knee here.
Ready.
And they take a knee.
Here we go. Here we go.